Good morning, everybody. It's another day, more plans, more things to be doing outside. Now I'm gonna head out and start making things happen. Interesting anecdote, all of this scrolling work here in the center of the atrium of this hotel didn't used to be here. It was placed here when too many people were jumping to their deaths and committing suicide. So, fun anecdote. Let's go have some fun. Little known fact, this is the house that Cliff Huxtable lived in The Cosby Show. This is the actual house. Pretty cool. You don't know what kind of stuff you're going to be running into in the streets of New York. Okay, I have to be honest with you. That was not Cliff Huxtable's house. I just made that up. This is the place we're going now. Modern Pinball. This place has a bunch of pinball machines, older, new ones, newer ones. You pay by the hour, so you don't have to worry about quarters. I'm going to go in there, play pinball for a couple hours, have a good time. Did you know that Elton John is a pinball wizard? Definitely need to play Kiss.
One more try.
So far, I'm having a really good time here. This place has about 25 to 30 pinball tables, pinball machines, and you pay $12 an hour, or you get 3 hours for 19 bucks. You can go all day for $29. Play as much pinball as you want. You don't have to feed any quarters to the machines. They got a pretty good variety of old machines and new machines.
Stop the spider!
There's a bunch of scary fish.
Good head!
My favorite.
Besides just having the machines, they do stuff for schools. So they do like physics and science stuff with the machines, talking about gravity and magnets and stuff, how that works. So they do have like educational stuff with schools sometimes here, which is pretty cool. The Kiss machine was awesome. The Kiss machine was a lot of fun. That was really cool. And the Elvira scary machine over here, I forget the name of that one. That one's pretty good. That was a lot of fun. Funhouse, very dark, but boy, that thing lights up. Really neat.
You ready?
just finished up my 3 hours at Modern Pinball here. This place was terrific. It's really great. They had about 25 different machines. Not all of the machines were working today. There were 3 that were out of service. But I played all the other 22, 23 machines in there. So the whole time I was in there were probably about 3 people in there besides me in the first hour, hour and a half. After that, I was the only one in there for most of my last hour. We're reaching our destination. Luke's Lobster. I got me a lobster roll. I did it fairly simply here. Some slaw, little Maine root beer, some chips. Time to eat a quick lunch, and then head north. That was a pretty good lobster roll. Fairly basic, butter, warm, and a nice little roll with some slaw and chips. It was very good. Well worth it. Well worth the stop. I'm re-energized after being so exhausted from playing pinball. Now I'm heading back uptown. I'm heading back closer to the hotel, and I've got another sort of nerdy destination in mind right now. Here we are, our destination, Midtown Comics. I found the comic Annette has been looking for. They even have an app. 20% off your first order. You can build your own Rocket Raccoon model. As always, trying to find a little bit of Disney to fit into the video. And here you go, some Jim Shore figurines. And only $450 for some of those. The Hulk here is only $750. Isn't Hulk Hogan? What are you doing here? Rest in peace, Richard Hatch. Star Trek, The Red Shirt's Little Book of Doom. This might be one of the most awesome books I've ever seen. Never collected a ton of comics. I read them, and I collected some here and there, but I never collected a ton of them. I was always interested in the genre, but I didn't do a lot of comic book collecting. One of my favorite comic graphic novels turned movie, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's a great comic. It's also a great movie. Still alive? How about one more stop for this afternoon before we start thinking about eating at the lounge at the hotel and getting some dinner? How about a stop at Nintendo New York? Games, Mario, all sorts of fun. Let's go check it out. You know all the Nintendo characters? It's a Nintendo Classics book. It's got walkthroughs, artwork, stories behind the original games. I had an original NES. I bought it like in the first 2 weeks that it came out. I played that thing in college, and I was very popular when I had the Nintendo system in my college dorm room. I was the only guy who had it. People were just amazed by it. So Nintendo New York here, they've got all sorts of stuff. They've got characters, they got plush characters, they got mugs. Anybody heard of the Nintendo Switch? Nintendo Switch is kind of popular. I don't think they have any here, but you can play one. I'm gonna spin you around one more time. Here, you can play the Switch. I might try, see if I can play the Switch, see what I think about it. I played the original Legend of Zelda when it came out, and I thought it was the most mind-blowing thing I'd ever seen. It was pretty friggin' incredible. Now this really brings back the Zelda memories. I remember this map, studying this map, following it. And that has been a history of Nintendo game consoles. That's a good kind of history right there. Hey look, some Nintendo handhelds. I didn't own all of those, but some of them are pretty fun to play.
Sorry, Mario, Princess of another castle.
That was a fun trip down nostalgia lane at the Nintendo New York store. Finally found a good Italian place to eat at in New York. It's hard to find anything around here. There's not a lot of Italian options. Olive Garden. There's some authentic Italian right there. And look, it's another guy vlogging. Amazing. Looks like there's a big line for Hello Dolly here. So I've been walking like 3 blocks now, and this is still the same line. Apparently it's not for Bette Midler, it's for Phantom of the Opera. I'm hungry for a burger, so how about a little Shake Shack? As it usually is in the Shack. It's very busy. It's very busy, it's crazy. There's not a huge line waiting to order. There is a huge line waiting to pick up their food. Alright, so we're going to eat this real quick, and then go back out and find something that's going on in the city at night.